You're here. Welcome, welcome. Excuse me. All right, so when you pop on, say hello so that I can see ya. And I'm gonna get this video going up on my computer so that I can see comments. Happy Sunday, everyone. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. All right. Faith's here. Hi, Faith. All right. Let's see who else is here. I almost clicked unfollow to unfollow myself. Faith, you want to start tagging some friends? Tag a bunch of people so that they know that I am live. Would be fantastic. All right, so I have 5 people here. So hi, Nona. So when you pop on, say hello, please, so that I can see you. Because otherwise I have no idea who's here. It just says I have 5 people here. So I can't see comments or anything like that until, yeah. So, all right, so we're gonna get going. So this is the new free time stamp set. And if you don't, hey, Sandy Ladoohoo. Sandy, can you start tagging people? Just tag a bunch of sweeties in the group so they can see the video. Hello, my dear Nona. So this is a free time stamp set. And Nona, is Aunt Candy with you? Hi, Carrie. Hello, hello. So anyways, this is the new free time stamp set, and it's got the little girl doing some different chores and different kinds of stuff. Hi, Ree. So happy to see you. Not yet, that means she's coming over. So I have chosen the little girl with the broom, and I have stamped her in Memento. I almost said Tuxedo Black. Yeah, that is not Tuxedo Black. Hi, June. This is Memento Desert Sand. That's what I have stamped her in. So, obviously, she's kind of small because this is a planner stamp. So let me zoom in just a little bit while we're coloring her up, and then I'll zoom out when we do the background. I do too, Carrie. I love this stamp set. There's so many different ways that you can use this stamp set that it's like a must-have. You can use it in your planner, you can use it for, like, I don't know, just so many different things that I can't even list them all. So yeah, you need this stamp set. Let me just say that. You need this stamp set. Leah's here. Anyways, tags, like Leah made with the bees last night. You can make tags with this. You can make, Jennifer made coupons with it. Yeah, memory dexes, all kinds of stuff. So there is a ton of things that you can do with this stamp set. So you're gonna need it. It's in the store right now. It's $14.99. We are gonna color her up and put her in a little scene today because, you know, why not, right? Because we can. because I want to show that you can use these little stamps on cards. I've had a few people that are like, they're so little, I don't know if I could use it on a card. And I'm like, yeah, you so can. So this is an A2 size piece of paper. So it's 5.5 by 4.25. And I think I might have actually lied. I think this might be 5.25 by 4.25 because I think this is one of those pieces that I accidentally cut too short. But it's close to A2 size. Miss Cameron just finished at Target and back in the car. Outstanding. What did you get at Target? That's what I want to know. Faith, yeah, Leah has something to show you. She just showed me. It's pretty amazing. Not gonna lie. So what if I set these down here? Can you guys see them down here? So this is how like Sweet Sentiment's gonna work. I'm gonna be doing all these color alongs for you guys, with all of the new stamp sets that we're gonna be releasing. We have so much amazing stuff going on right now. It's pretty incredible. So you're gonna not want to miss out on all of this. I'm gonna tell you, we have Sandy drawing for us, so we have some Sandy stamp sets coming out. I'm so excited for. I'm losing my mind. The first one is so stinking cute. You guys, you're gonna love it. And we obviously have lots more designs from Christy, and we have kind of the whole new business structure going on. So you guys are gonna have so much more to color. Yeah, Carrie, you might have to jump on the Memory Decks wagon. Hello, Rhonda. Nice to see you. Yeah, so we have a ton of stuff going on, you guys. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be an incredible year for Sweet Sentiment and all of you sweeties. We have an incredible design team. Oh my gosh. You guys, I know I'm biased, but my design team, they're the best. They're the best out of any design team that ever was. I literally have the coolest design team ever. So excited. So I'm just shading in where the deepest shadows would be. And I'm using RV95 because I've had a lot of people ask me about RV95 and how different it is from EO4. So I wanted to show you guys, you know, an image colored with RV95. And open up both ends. I forgot. Did something bad just happen there? Faith. I know, right, Sandy? It's so exciting that we have Miss Sandy Ledoux with Ledoux Designs that will be releasing some Sweet Sentiment stamp sets. Oh my gosh, yeah, super cute. Super cute. Hey, beautiful people, doing paperwork, bleh. Bleh. Nobody wants to do paperwork. We all want to color. E11 is where I'm going next. Oops, I forgot one thing with my RV95, and that is her little mouth. I don't know who smiles while sweeping, but apparently she does. I just swept my whole house and I didn't smile while I was sweeping. What about you guys? People, yeah, Leah likes paperwork. Leah, I told her that she got to do a spreadsheet for the retreat, and she was like happy about that. Weird. I was like, yeah, you have to do a spreadsheet to keep track of all the people that are coming and all the deposits that have been paid. And she was like, yeah, spreadsheet. It's just the way her brain works. So what are you guys all doing out there today in Facebook land? Tell me what's going on. I miss doing lives and talking to you guys, so now I get to talk to you guys. I'll have more time to talk to you guys. So excited. Okay. Don't forget her little feet. I know, right? I have to do evaluation on all of my students. Use my phone, so I'll probably have to watch the replay. Oh, bummer, Carrie Ann. Coloring! Carrie, okay. You have to tell me how to say your last name. Because I say your last name so many different ways. I know, right, Carrie Ann? I say your last name so many different ways. Not you, Carrie Murphy. My Canadian Carrie. Murphy's an easy last name to say. But yeah, I need the pronunciation of it because I'm guessing that I probably say it wrong. So I don't want to embarrass myself and say it totally wrong. I had surgery on November 30th and going back to work for the first time on Monday. I've really been enjoying staying at home and watching live videos. Been off for 2.5 months. Oh my goodness. See, I say Boucher as well. Boucher. But is that right? Is it Carrie Boucher? I mean, obviously, I'm guessing it's not Boucher. That would be weird. Not that there's not somebody out there with the last name of Boucher, but I'm guessing it's something like Boucher. Something a little more exotic. Boucher. Yep. Okay. I don't feel so dumb now because I have been saying it right. I feel better. You guys, this is the kind of thing that happens inside my brain. 3 o'clock in the morning. Am I saying Carrie's last name properly? Welcome to my life. And now I'm just blending these out. Try not to overblend because it is such a tiny spot. Super unhappy with that little spot right there, so I'm going to push that out. There we go. Boucher. Now I'm going to be saying that all the time. Well, I learned that when I went to a retreat for Paper Nest Dolls in Florida, and I met Tracy there. Her last name looks like Mossow. M-O-S-S-O-W. Mossow. And that seems, whatever, Mossow. Hi, Angela. And I realized that she told me it's not Mossow, it's Musa. So now, it was, in my family, we, I can't even remember what movie it's from. I think it's from, oh God, one of the Will Smith movies. Anyways, when they when they try to calm down, they say woo-saw from Bad Boys. They go woo-saw. So now I always go moo-saw because it's Tracy Moo-saw. I'm excited. Woo, can't wait. All right. So, oh, and I forgot. I'm going to give her ripped jeans. I want to give her the ripped jean look. So, I'm going to take my RV95 and I'm going to just kind of draw like a squiggly patch. And the ripped jean thing doesn't like necessarily look totally right until you're done coloring the jeans. So I just made like 2 little holes, and then I have my E21, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to blend that, and I'm just kind of using a stipling motion, just kind of like polka dots sort of thing, to just kind of blend that. And then I'm going to use my E000 just in the middle, because that would be the lightest part. Okay. Then we'll come back and we'll color her jeans, and that'll look so much better. Okay, so I'm going to color her hair. What color hair should we color for her? Do you guys want her brunette? Do you guys want her blonde? Do you guys want some crazy other color? Sky's the limit. First person to answer, that's what we're doing. So, who wants to choose the color of her hair? Let's do this. I saw yesterday, make yours seem like ripped jeans. Oh, the ripped jeans I saw yesterday made yours seem like ripped seams. A girl had her whole leg hanging out. Pretty sure her whip was from Midnight Emission. Oh, Cameron, you're getting old. Yeah, who signed up for the retreat already? Cameron, rainbow. Purple like yours. Rockstar pink. Rainbow's going to be hard on this teeny tiny amount of hair. So I'm going to do, Nona says purple. So we're going to go purple. My hair is, wow. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Hold on, making decisions. I think I want 21. Let's see. Yep, that's what I want. Okay, and then I know, I still want you to do a rainbow hair, so that is always your answer. I know it is always your answer. Cameron will always say rainbow, every time. One of these times, I'm going to actually do rainbow for her. She's gonna fall over. Okay, so I've pulled out some brown, and I've pulled out some RV colors, because Nona wants purple like mine. So mine obviously isn't all purple, it's just partially purple. Man, I don't know where to set this. There we go. So we're gonna do some highlights like my hair, because you guys can't let me off the hook easy. Apparently, Nona calling me to the carpet right away. Now notice I'm always going the direction that the hair would be growing. So I wrap this around. I do, there you go. So it goes in the direction that the hair would be growing. E27. I'd love to see that. Tease rainbow. Apparently I need to do a live on rainbow hair. Trying to think of which image. I could do rainbow hair in the Earth Goddess. That would be really fun. Okay. Now, before I come in with my highlight colors, I'm gonna come in with the shadow color of my purple. I'm gonna add a couple of brush strokes of my hair. The color in my hair is actually Jam. It's called Jam. Kind of funny, huh? So from the darker parts of my hair, here, I'm adding some of that pink, okay? Now my second, I'm sorry, that was RV19 if I didn't show you. I just realized that the cap was in my hand, so. Yay, hi Aunt Candy. Okay, if she colored the ape from the previous class rainbow at this point. A rainbow ape. I should do a purple ape. Anybody remember grape ape? Oh yeah, Faith asked who's registered for the retreat already. I know Sandy is. Ha ha. Faith is. Tyler and Cameron are. I'm trying to get the design team here, so hopefully the girls from the design team can come. I think this RV21 is too light. I might have to add a little bit more of the other pink in there. I love that gorilla. I think he's adorable. Okay, I need a pink like this. Yeah, I'm gonna use RV13. Does it look like my hair? I'm gonna go back to my 17 and add a couple more brush strokes. There we go. Hi, Christina. I'm so glad you stopped by. Depends on COVID. This makes me super happy. I know, right, Sandy? April 2, Sandy. April 2. Yes, it does. Thanks, Ree. Okay, so I'm gonna pick out colors for her blue jeans to color her blue jeans, but you guys decide what color top she's gonna wear. I have my standard denim blend here, so we're gonna go with that, and then you guys can decide what color top she should be wearing. All right, so for the jeans, again, I'm gonna go in where there's shadows, and I'm gonna add shadows, And just so you guys know, today we are coloring this stamp set because it was requested by Faith. She really wanted me to color an image from this stamp set. So you guys can thank Faith for the stamp suggestion this weekend. I'm more than happy to try to accommodate stamp suggestions. So I won't always be able to accommodate, but if you happen to catch me at the right time, I will definitely try to color whatever stamp it is that you are struggling with or need ideas for or anything like that. Any stamps in the Sweet Sentiment line. Okay. Oops. I always like to kind of add the fly to the jeans too. Just adds a little bit more detail. Yellow. I love that color blend. Oh my gosh, that will be so fun. I had a chance to tell you that we are coming in April also. I love that. I'm so excited. Got distracted by my mother-in-law. Didn't even run right down hair colors, just finishing my skin. Yeah, Faith, I still have them out. So the browns were E29, E27, and E25. And the RV was RV 19, 17, and 13. And you don't have to color using the exact same markers that I do. You are more than welcome to substitute colors, or if you need to ask for different color ideas or color blend ideas, I'm here for you. Sandy's here for you. The design team's here for you. Carrie's our pencil specialist, so she probably won't help you with marker color combinations, but she can definitely help you with pencil color combinations. Right, Carrie? Yeah. Coloring these little stamps with pencils too, you guys, oh my gosh, so much fun. I love them because pencil coloring generally takes quite a while. Takes a long time. But when you color these little stamps, it doesn't take quite as long because you're not coloring so much area. And I love the way they come out. I love, love, love how they turn out when they're pencil colored. So just tuck that little nugget in your back pocket. Pencil coloring these stamps is super fun. I actually hardly pencil color at my desk. When I pencil color, because it takes me so long. Oh, you are, Carrie? That's amazing. Oh yeah, and Jen has Tri-Blend. So those of you that are Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend people, Prismacolor pencils are 85 bucks. That's stinking cheap. Add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. I use polychromos. I don't use Prismacolors. But anyways, what I was saying is I usually will do my pencil coloring on the couch in front of the TV when my husband's watching TV. Because I have a cool like bamboo cutting board that has like a little groove in the top of it, and I set my pencil blend in the groove on it, and it's like an automatic pencil loader. It's very cool. And so I sit there and color with my pencils, so it's really fun. I love pencil coloring. It's kind of therapy for me. So with this B91, I'm adding texture to the jeans by washing out different places. Is Linda Lou Who here? I saw Sandy say hi, Mom. That's $150 off, you guys. Seriously, that's amazing. All right, so I saw somebody say they wanted yellow for the shirt, so we're gonna do yellow for the shirt. Because why not? So, I'm gonna do, let me see here. So I have yellow swatches, even though I haven't colored them in yet. Shh, don't tell anybody. I think I'm gonna do honey butter. Y26, YR20, Y13, Y32, where are you? There you are. And Y00. If you haven't picked up the yellow color swatches yet, the yellow ones I think are probably my favorite because I think yellow Copic markers are so hard to deal with. Mainly because you start coloring with one color of yellow and it all ends up being the same color of yellow. Well, hi, Linda Lou Who. I'm so happy you're here. I add W's with my jeans sometimes for different look. Yes. Yep, absolutely. I add W's and C's. Even sometimes I'll throw in a couple of E's like the E43 or something like that. I definitely do that. All right. So here we go. Yellow tank top. So this marker I'm using just for the shadows. Her arm would be casting a shadow. And then I like to add some movement to the shirt. So if she was sweeping like this, there would be, you know, some movement there, some folds in her shirt. I couldn't think of my word. Words are hard. Adulting is hard. Being a human is hard. I just want to color. All right. I love Y26. It's actually one of my favorite markers. Your YR24 died? That's so sad. I don't like that. Why did your YR24 die? Now this YR20 is super light. I love it because it's like a peachy, but it falls more on the yellow side. And it blends out that Y26 so beautifully. And yes, Cameron, I am using 5 markers in this little teeny tiny shirt. Julie, hey, hey, hey. Replace the nib and refilled, but still the ink won't flow. Oh man. I will wonder if I have one of those in my ever dwindling stock. Okay, so now I'm going to come in here with the bright. There is something on my nib. Go away. There we go. It's very distracting when there's something on the nib of your marker. Oh my gosh, it's still there. Hold on. I don't know what it is. I want it to go away. And I'm essentially going over where I used that YR20. Okay. Now Y32. And this is where that honey butter part comes in because this color really turns it that honey color. Love it. And then Y00. Isn't that fun? Good suggestion on the yellow shirt. Perfect. All right. Now her shoes. I think I'm just gonna use the browns from her hair to give her brown shoes. So I'm gonna reuse. So I like to do this a lot. I recycle my markers, meaning if they're already out and sitting on my desk and I've already used them for something, I like to use them again. So I'm using the hair color markers to give her little like moccasins. Yay! Thank you for tagging friends, Julie. I appreciate it. I love it when you guys tag friends and share the videos. It helps so much. And it also helps to show up more in the Facebook algorithms and stuff when you guys do that. So, thank you, thank you. The 25 was really dark, so I'm gonna come in with like 42 and lighten that up a little bit. There we go. All right. So now we're gonna color this broom, and I think I'm gonna use 74, 71, and 70. I like this color combination. Ooh, my screen just went dark. There we go. I like this color combination for a lot of different things. It makes great cardboard boxes. You guys probably can't see that. There we go. That's helpful, right? Makes great cardboard boxes. It makes great, like wooden things like this broom handle. It's great for hair color. There's just a lot of things that this is really good for. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, am I off the screen? Yell at me. Yell at me when I'm off the screen. Not that I can hear you because you're typing, but you know. All right. And then the 70. What are you guys doing on this Sunday? I feel like you guys are being super quiet. Okay. And then the broom itself. So the broom itself, I'm gonna use some colors that don't necessarily. Oh, you don't hear me from Texas. Yeah, I don't hear you from Texas. I should. I should hear you yelling at me all the way from Texas. When I do the broom, I don't necessarily use colors that go together, because I don't know if any of you have like really seen one of these. My mom used to call it a corn broom, but it's straw, isn't it? It's made out of straw. Khaki pants, Faith? Yeah, use your 50s. 55, 53, 51. That'll make a good khaki for you. Anyways, so I like to use a bunch of different colors on the broom. just because I feel like these brooms have a bunch of different colors of like straw, different values. So I tend to use a bunch of colors that don't necessarily go together. So that was my E84. Then I'm gonna go with E34. So add your coloring this one. I'm gonna assume you were trying to type glad. So glad. Or maybe I'm just projecting. Okay. And then to add in that kind of yellowy, I'm gonna go with E51. I might change that though. I might go to 53. Let me see what I have here. Yeah, I'm gonna go to 53 first. E53. My mom used to always use a corn broom or a straw broom to sweep the house. It's just part of my childhood, what I remember. Isn't it weird how you remember little things like that? Please share that recipe. Which recipe? Did I talk about a recipe? There we go. Okay. Now the other thing I do is look up red, white, and blueberry cupcakes. It's my first time making cupcakes. I usually make a bundt with this recipe. So yummy. OMG. Get back from the market before you're live making blueberry raspberry cupcakes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anything that's got raspberry in it, I'm your Huckleberry man. Okay. So I'm going to put a couple of finishing touches on her prior to doing the scene. So first things first is I'm going to grab my stamp pad and throw it on the ground. I'm going to grab my multi-liner so that I can draw in her glasses. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to draw in her eyes. And I'm just going with simple because they're super tiny. So simple black ovals, 3 little eyelashes. Okay. Then I have the Sepia Tone multi-liners, and I'm going to use that for the stitches across the broom. Now, if you don't have the Sepia Tone multi-liners, you can use black, or you can use a Copic for this as well. If I were to use a Copic for that, I think I would probably use E55 would be my go-to on that. All right. Then I'm going to grab a white Jelly Roll pen, and I have this silver one. So Jen gave me this silver pen at one of the times we met up at one of the expos. And usually this part of the broom is silver. So I like to use the silver pin on that. If not, you can just color it with your C Copic markers. But I like the little silver pin because it gives it that metallic finish to it. And these brooms always had that, you know, silver wire coil around it. So that's why I like to use that. Okay, now my white jelly roll. Here we go, guys. You know me and my jelly roll. So I'm going to put a little spot in her eye. In her eyes, plural, both of them. I'm going to color around her ripped jeans. Just kind of squiggly line. And then a couple of lines that like go through because it usually has that. And then I usually like to make a couple of threads that, you know, kind of go down. Because the ripped jeans I'm wearing have threads that come off of it. Because I don't take good care of them and I just throw them in the wash machine. So yeah, there's that. Okay. Usually we'll always put a little highlight across her shoe. A couple in her hair. Because I got some glitter growing out here. And then when I do the highlights in the hair, see how they're like exceedingly white? I always blot them with my finger so that they're not like, oh my God, super white. And then I go over them with the lightest, in this case, the pink. And so it just kind of adds a little bit more dimension to the hair. And that was my RB13. So just adds a tiny bit more dimension, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so there we go. I'm also probably going to add a little highlight right here in this broom handle. Cool. I like it. So for right now, I'm going to leave the dust that color because I'm going to color it in when I color the rest of this. Oh, Ree, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out, hopefully. Oh my gosh. There we go. I couldn't zoom out on my phone because it kept on trying to touch the graphics. Okay, that's as good as I'm gonna get, so sorry for the earthquake there. So now I'm gonna draw a little scene around this, because that's what we do, right? We like to do backgrounds. Everybody with me on the backgrounds? Y'all want to do a background? Must run. Thank you so much. We'll watch more later. Okay, thanks, Faith. Who's up for a background? She would like this stamp and use her credit. We may do a DoorDash this week. Oh, Aunt Candy. She thinks I'm gonna remember that. I probably will, but still. Okay. So, are you guys with me? Yeah, bring it on. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so I kind of envision her to be like on her front porch, sweeping up outside, that kind of thing, on the sidewalk kind of thing. So we're going to fill this in like an outdoor scene. Yeah. So, I'm going to use my C0. And I'm going to start, excuse me. So I know that she's going to be on her sidewalk. So I think that I want my perspective to kind of go this way. So I'm just going to sketch some stuff in. So she has this little sidewalk here that she's sweeping. And then her sidewalk goes this way. Sorry if I went off screen. I always like to hug my paper, apparently. And so it's hard for me when I film because I want my paper like right here with me. All right. So she lives in the burbs, apparently. That's fine. Because her sidewalk's like right up here. So this is probably all gonna be lawn. And so I'm gonna put her little house like behind her. So I'm gonna come out right here. And then this is her roof. And the sidewalk goes like this way. Hey, Sandy, can you do me a favor and, Miss Laura, you're here. Sandy, will you tag my mom? Right, Sandy, totally. Sandy, will you tag my mom so that she can watch? She always wonders how I do backgrounds, and so this would be a good time for her to see the background. Okay. I do not like that line, so it's gonna have to come down further. Okay, there we go. Her door is gonna be over here. Okay, we'll fill that in when we get there. There's probably gonna be a tree right here that goes like that. Okay, this is gonna be the rest of the sidewalk. Okay, good deal. Here, let me see if I can do it. Oh, because my mom's not even in this group. That's why you can't tag her. Oh well, no worries. Okay, so then, while I still have my C0, I'm going to add some sidewalk lines. Because there's always breaks in the sidewalk. And this one will go this way. And this one will go this way. And see how I just like super lightly just sketch this in? I don't spend a ton of time like worrying about too much stuff. And then when I start coloring it, then I take the time. Yeah. I need a little weenie dog chasing the broom because that's what reality is. That's reality. So I'm going to start by coloring in the sidewalk. And I'm going to do, I think, C6. And we're just going to kind of build around everything. I mean, if you're real froggy, you can put some little cracks in the sidewalk. It's totally up to you what you feel like doing. But I don't worry about my lines being super straight. I don't worry about a whole lot because you want the image to be the star of the show. You don't want everything in the background to be like so absolutely perfect that you lose the image. So you really want whatever the character is that you're coloring to really be the star of what's going on your card. So when I say that I don't want my backgrounds to be absolutely perfect, it's true. I don't want them to be absolutely perfect. There's kind of a caveat to that though, in that your backgrounds, you don't want them like super wonky either. Some of my backgrounds come out kind of wonky, because I am not an artist by any stretch of the imagination. I didn't go to art school. Yeah, I'm just not that, I'm not that person. So if your background is like too wonky, it will, you know, throw off your eye. And that obviously will be, you know, will pull your eye away from what's going on. So try not to do that. But other than that, you should be good. I just totally outed myself. Look, I'm not an artist. I can't do all this stuff. I don't draw. Ah. But I can color, guys. I can color. I can color. Okay, C4. So now I'm going to go to C2. And apparently my C2 is hecka dry. Probably because I use C2 a lot. Yes, I'm coloring over that smoke. Oops. Or that dust cloud. I guess it's not smoke. I guess it's dust. And don't you worry, because we're going to still make it look like dust. That, my friends, is why we have a colorless blender. So backgrounds I know can be super, super intimidating. And what I want you to think about is coloring one piece at a time. If you break it down piece by piece, it's not going to be nearly as difficult mentally for you to color. So notice how I kind of sketched in a bunch of this stuff that I want to do. It's not my final. It's sketched in so light I can change it. You know, totally right now I could change this to, you know, some other scene. If I didn't want to put her house behind her, she could just be out in the open. But I want you to understand that if you color piece by piece, I just colored the sidewalk. It wasn't very hard to color the sidewalk, right? It wasn't super, super difficult to make that happen. So know that you can definitely change things. So I have a bullet nib on. I just happened to pull out the colorless blender that has the bullet nib on it. You can use this, you can do the same thing with your brush nib. I have a couple of bullet nibs on a couple of my markers. Do not go out and invest in bullet nibs for all of your Copic markers. I promise you, you don't need to. It will waste your money. not something that's necessary at all. But I'm essentially taking that gray that I just colored in it and I'm pushing all that gray towards the outside. Now, since I have those dust clouds there, excuse me, what I'm gonna do is I want them to look a little more like dirty than gray. So I'm gonna take my W0 and I'm gonna fill them in again with that W so it looks more brown. See how that changes the color of it? And then I'm gonna come back in and just on the like big bubble parts of it, I'm gonna color that out. Okay. At the end of this, I'll probably come in with like my white marker or my white jelly roll. Yeah, they're dust clouds. I'll come in with my white jelly roll and I'll add little highlights to those. But for now, I'm just gonna leave them kind of like they are. Then I have my COO and I'm gonna just kind of blend some of this sidewalk stuff out. Put some highlights in the center. Okay. All right. There we go. Now I'm going to do the sky. Sorry, I had to take a step back and think about what I was doing. So I'm going to grab BG quadruple 0 and I'm going to come pretty far down here because I think I'm going to add some little hills back here or maybe like little bushes in front of our house or something like that. So I'm going to come down here. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because I know I'm going to draw a tree in there. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to kind of sketch this stuff in. Okay. Yeah, right? Need some hopscotch. Cute. And then I'm gonna use I think I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. This is BOO. Thank you. Inevitably, you sneeze during your live video. That's just how things work. Okay. And then I'll go back to my BG quadruple 0 to kind of blend this so that I don't end with any harsh lines. Okay, And then I want to go a little bit darker than BOO, so I think I'm going to do B41. It's the dust, right? It's the dust that she's sweeping up. Thank you, Linda Loohoo. All that dust that she's sweeping up just totally got me. It's probably all the dust that I swept up today got me. I moved a couple of items of furniture, so you know when that happens, there's always some dust flying around. All right, then again, I'm going to go to my BOO because I want to blend that. And then my BGOO. Notice how it's lots of layers, guys. Lots and lots of layers. That's what I'm always saying about backgrounds. Lots of layers. All right. So now we have our sky. So I'm going to fill in some sidewalk here to her house because it's bugging me that she doesn't have like a front porch kind of thing. I want her to have a little bit of a front porch. So I'm going to carry this line back. And she has a little bit of a front porch going on here. She has a cement front porch. So apparently she's rich and can afford all that. Anybody here poured cement and know how expensive it is? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. And then I'm going to use E87 and I'm gonna draw like a little welcome mat before I color in the cement. Cement is expensive as heck. Any of you homeowners out there that know, right, Leah? Expensive. That was E87, so I'm going to grab my E84. The cement, Julie, is that what you're saying? More work than you think, but totally worth it? Or are you talking about the layers and blending for the card? Because you really could be talking about either at this point. And where's my E81? Come out, wherever you are. Sandy, did you take my E81? Oh, there it is. Sandy comes to my craft room and steals things, even though she's in Texas. I usually blame her for stealing things. Leah does it too. Leah Tees steals things. I suppose Leah Monroe would steal things too. I met her. I know how she is. My background and layers. Okay. I thought you were talking about cement, and I was like, it is expensive, but yeah, it's worth it. I mean, you know, until you gotta like rip it up, then it's not so worth it, but you know, what else? C4. Apparently, though, if you watch all of the murder shows, because we're all murder show documentary junkies here, right? Right, talk in your sleep. Oh, I didn't hear you. Oh, yeah, you did talk in your sleep. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, if you watch all of the murder shows, don't bury a body in cement, because that's like the first place they go to check it out, you know? They start digging up all the cement that's been laid. They're like, hey, is there a body in here? Who else is a murder show junkie like me? Anybody else a murder show junkie like me? It's okay, you can admit it. We're in a safe place. Julia is, Laura is, Sandy is. Crime junkie. True crime junkies. Yeah, we all are. It's good stuff, right? Linda Lou, who you are? I don't know. I have so many pairs of cutter bees that I need sharpened. Why are you going to murder someone with cutter bees, Leah? It was an unfortunate time to bring that up. All right, I'm going to choke to death and draw in this tree while I make fun of Leah. This is my E77. I love to use this as tree bark. It's just a gorgeous color for tree bark. It works out really well. And tree bark, much like hair, needs to go in the direction the tree is growing. Okay. Okay, now, so I skip around in my, I never watched NCIS, actually. You're like crime dramas. Why, yes, officer, that is red ink. It's actually ink that's called Barn Door, if you must know. A lady in a group, her daughter was dyeing her hair red and she was washing her hair in the tub. Yeah. You would like FBI. An FBI most wanted. I don't know. Oh, anyway, so what I was saying is I like to skip around and use different colors when I color trees, because they're not all going to be in the same color family. So I'm not going to use the next 70 marker. I'm actually switching to 57. To give it a little bit more warmth and richness of tone. And apparently this tree is growing right up next to that sidewalk, because somebody didn't plan very well ahead when they planted this tree. Snarky. I love Snarky too. He left to get tools. He called the cops. She was questioned for hours. Oops. Oopsie. Okay. I'm going to pull some lighter colors, so I want 53. And oops. And then I'm going to use 43. Just going to put a little different tone on this. See how fun that is? It's really cool. I love how it works out. Okay. Then I'm gonna go back to my BOO and just kind of fill in this blue here that I missed. Okay, We're going to add some branches and stuff to it when we start filling things in. So now that you're doing stamps, can people flood you with ideas? Ideas are always welcome, but yeah, PM them to us or email them to us would be great. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to tackle this house. So what I want to do with the house is I want to make a little dormer over her front door. So like she has a covered entrance here. And then I'm going to do the same thing for her roof. Okay. This is just our starting place. We're going to fill this in a lot more. But this is just like where we're getting started. Hey, pal. How are ya? I haven't seen you in a long time. Because you live in the world of no internet land. Or horrible internet land. Okay, so this is where I do like to pull out a ruler because of the siding of the house. So, I'm going to start by sketching in a window. Because I want to have like she has a 2-story house, so I want to sketch in a little bit of a window that she would have up here. And again, you definitely don't have to make things exactly how I'm making them. If you don't like an upstairs window, then you don't have to have an upstairs window. And then she's gonna have a little window down here. Okay. Her window's kind of like a parallelogram. We'll fix that. There we go. That's better. Oh, you're tethered to Tony. I mean, you know, you guys are pretty much husband and wife. Kidding. Looks so intimidating, but watching you do the backgrounds is soothing, right? Yeah. Backgrounds, you know, they are intimidating when you first start, and then you realize that if you just break it down piece by piece, I now have my W5. If you just break it down piece by piece, it's really not so bad. Okay, so what I like to do is I always have this grid paper down. So I turn it sideways because I'm better at drawing vertical lines than horizontal lines. And I line this up. And so I don't know why I lined it up there. Don't mind me. There we go. And I find the bottom plane of my house, and this is where I start the siding. And this can be skinny plank siding, this can be thicker plank siding, this can be whatever it is you want it to be, okay? You do not have to go. Mine, I'm doing 1/8 inch just because that is what's on my grid paper. So it seems logical to use that. Also, it's really nice when you do use a ruler. It kind of helps with your confidence of what you're doing. And so if you're using a ruler, it really helps you get, you know, the confidence going of like, yeah, I can do this, instead of trying to hand draw all those little lines. So that is part of why I use a ruler on some of the siding stuff. It helps with the perspective of the drawing. It helps a lot of things. So, especially if you have confidence issues with doing backgrounds. Isn't it though, Jen? I love the cut line ruler. I need the little X-Acto knife thing, the little finger X-Acto knife. I need that part. I don't have that part. Okay, so now you see I've drawn siding on the house, okay? So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna leave this W5 out. I'm gonna grab my W3. And with my W3, I'm gonna draw the vertical line for the house, for the side of the house. Okay. I'm also gonna go in and I'm gonna kind of sketch in these windows a little bit better. And since I have straight lines for the siding, I don't worry too much about the window, because I can just kind of trace that, go parallel with that line. So, not too awful worried about that. I'm not going to color in her door because I want her door to be a different color. And then I'm not going to color in those windows. Right, Sandy? I need one. I need the finger X-Acto. So bad. Right. Once you start doing backgrounds, it is totally all that you want to do. I will give you that. Okay. So I'm going to draw in this line for the door, but then I'm not going to color her door, like I said, because I want it to be a different color. I'm just drawing in like the door jamb. Okay. So now that I have the siding, I know where my shadows are going to fall. So I'm going to put in some shadow here. I'm going to put in some shadow under my windows. I'm going to put in some shadow under this roof. Then I'm going to come along the bottom of all of these dark lines and shadow those in. Everybody still with me? And this line I'm going to go on top of, because this is the bottom of her house. Okay, And she's not close enough to the house to create a shadow on it. Okay. You guys are being quiet again. W1. Yep, you're still with me? Okay. Again, you can choose any colors you want. You don't have to color your house with W's. It's just what I chose. And I did choose W's because the sidewalk I did with C's. So I wanted it to be a different value. So I wanted it to be a warm color. Be careful coloring around her, because like I just did, I picked up the pink from her hair. What color would you like her door to be? Let's choose a fun color for her front door. Oh, you are coloring too, though? Yay! You're mesmerized. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with my WOO. And I'm just going to add some highlights in here. So just on top of that darker line. Okay, so there's that. Now, since I used black for her roof, I'm gonna come in with like my T markers. I'm gonna start with T8, and I'm just gonna add a little bit more dimension to this roof. And then T6, if I can find it. There it is. Just imagining a log cabin in the woods with the wooden porch. Yeah, let's go there. Archie is scratching at my craft room door. All right. So now, have we decided on a red front door? You guys all want her to be Roxanne, huh? All right, red front door it is. That's what you guys want. That's what you guys get. There we go. That one. That one. So I've never watched a live where you did the background. What are you going to do with it? Make a card? Yeah, probably a card. These make great cards that you can mail because they're just flat. So, I mean, you can add some more dimension to them, but they end up being flat cards. So, they're great cards to mail. So if her door is recessed in just a little bit, it's all gonna have kind of a shadow around it. So that's what we're doing. Just like that. You're not going to be able to see like the door handle and stuff because it's off the edge of the paper. That was R56. Welcome to the neighborhood. I see how you guys work. Now that song's stuck in my head though. Roxanne. You know what version is stuck in my head though? The one from Moulin Rouge. Julie, tell me you like Moulin Rouge. Tell me Moulin Rouge is awesome. This could be a deal breaker on our friendship. I don't know if I can be friends with somebody who hates Moulin Rouge. No, only a red light is Roxanne. Red door keeps away evil spirits. We have a red door. I have a red door on my house. Thanks for being the authority on that, Jen. I'm glad you know that. Glad you know all the intricacies of the red door, red light issue. Oh my God, Julie, I love you. I love you. Laura, you've never seen it? Oh my gosh. Moulin Rouge is amazing. I have 2 copies of it. That's how much I love it. Moulin Rouge is like my favorite. I love it. Okay, now she has a red door to keep out all the evil spirits. Y'all need to watch some Moulin Rouge. If you don't like it, we can't be friends anymore. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. Okay, so I'm going to color in some grass here and some little bushes back here. So I'm going to start pulling out some greens. Contrary to what your brain might think, the darker colors are up closer and the lighter colors are further back. So the further back we go, the lighter it's going to get. So I'm going to start with like my lightest color. So G40, and I'm going to draw in some like little bushes back here. And I'm just kind of scribbling them in. I'm not really, you know, paying that much attention to, you know, the shape or anything like that. Just kind of scribbling it in just to get a base going. Okay. So I have the little bushes just kind of scribbled in there, and I'm going to grab some other colors and just kind of start filling them in some. So I like YG61. And these are really far back, you guys, so they're not going to be super intricate. They're not going to be, you're not going to really be able to see a whole lot of them. So I'm just going to start polka dotting in somewhere for myself to go on these. And as we fill them in, we're gonna do only darker on one side, the side that's opposite of the sun. So I have the sun all kind of coming from this direction. Laura, you gotta watch Moulin Rouge. YG45. What about Burlesque? Hope I spelled it right. Burlesque was good. Christina Aguilera and Cher and... Ooh, my marker's getting juicy. And all those girls. It wasn't my favorite. Chicago wasn't my favorite either. I think I just had higher expectations for them, so I was a little bit let down. It didn't come out nearly as well as Moulin Rouge did. And I think Moulin Rouge was like the first in that kind of uptake of redoing that kind of stuff. So, you know, it was the original sort of thing. So I did like Chicago, but it just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Like, I wanted it to be a little more gritty, like a little bit more, and it just, I don't know. Okay, now we're coming in with a darker color. This is YG67. Sandy, are you doing this background too? The Greatest Showman. I don't know that I've watched that. I know I was supposed to wait to watch it with you, Sandy. Sorry. I generally hold my caps in my hand when I color, so it's weird for me to not have my cap in my hand. Do you guys have any weird crafting habits like that? Okay, so there's my cute little bushes, and like if you really want, you can add like some flowers or something to them. Like that part's totally up to you. I'm gonna start coloring in the grass and stuff. So I'm gonna go back to this G40 just to lay down a base layer. Okay. And then I'm going to pull in some different values of green. So I'm going to go with G24. And I'm making the shadow here from these bushes, in case you're wondering why I'm drawing these little humps there. And I'm back to my G40 to kind of blend these out some. And then I'm going to use my YG61. Okay. All right. Oh, you're coloring Earth Goddess. Yeah, we have to do that for sure. Absolutely. It should be there anytime, Julie. Should be there very, very soon. So I'm going to use my G24, and I'm going to use the chisel nib to color in the grass on this side. I like using the chisel nib on this kind of stuff because it gets me nice straight lines. And then it's easy to fill in all of this excess. See how that works out? Super nice. I use my chisel nibs a lot. I think I use my chisel nibs more than most colorists. I just like them. I like my chisel nibs. And look at how this is starting to like really fill out now. Silence of the Lambs. Uber scary. What's uber scary? I don't know, Julie. I don't know what you're talking about. I missed something. What you talking about, Willis? Okay, and then I start to like kind of build this. So I have G46, and I'm gonna start to build this as her lawn. Now notice I'm kind of starting in the middle. The reason is because I want to do lighter grass back this way and darker grass this way. So I'm kind of starting in the middle. And I'm going to be honest here, I do better when I'm doing this towards my body. So I'm going to flip this around. Okay, and I'm going to draw like a little blade of grass kind of growing out of this crack in the sidewalk here. And probably out of this one too, because that happens. Okay. Now this is YG67. So notice I'm recycling some of the colors again. I like to recycle the colors that are sitting on my desk, use them a bunch of different times and different things so it ties them in. And then I add different colors to them so that, you know, they stand out. But it's nice to use the same colors, incorporate them into a couple of different elements in your coloring. Okay, and then when I turn this around, then I add a couple of blades of grass that kind of go up over the sidewalk. And fill in any blank spots. She's in serious need of mowing her lawn, let me tell you what. So then I'm gonna use my G24. That's the original color I used here. And I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna add. And these will kind of fade away, which is what I want them to do. I want them to fade into what I've drawn, so that I'm not drawing grass all the way back. So it's kind of a cool way to like fade, scene fade, so that you're not drawing quite as much grass. Because all these brush strokes, it's a lot of brush strokes. Okay, so see how that leaves it textured, but also that it's like kind of fading into the background, which is really nice. It's a really fun technique to use when you're coloring grass. Okay, so now we're gonna start working darker. So I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna go G19. No, that's too green. How about YG, where's my 95? I'm gonna add this kind of olive green in here, just to break it up a little bit. I'm not gonna put a ton of this in, but I just wanna break it up a little bit of like being solid green, because grass never, well, I guess if you're like a golf course, then your grass is perfectly green. But I like to add a little bit of off color in here. And then on these little ones in the crack, I'll add a couple sprigs of this because they're probably not the healthiest. Okay, then I'm gonna go, that's gonna set me up to use my 97. Again, I'm gonna turn this upside down because I'm better that way. Okay. Yeah, her homeowners association's totally gonna find her. Maybe not scary, but suspenseful. A new movie coming out with Denzel. Jared Leto as the psycho. Well, Jared Leto is a psycho, isn't he? That's not news, is it? All right, I'm gonna go back to some more green. So I'm going to G29. So see how I vary these colors like a lot? You know, from the YGs to the Gs. But notice, no matter what, I'm getting darker and darker and darker as I get closer to the front of the picture. So that's the main things. Even if you want to just do your own greens and you don't want to use the YGs, you want to use just the G, or, you know, whatever tickles your fancy. But just so you get darker and darker and darker as you come down the page, the closer you are to the foreground, the darker you want these to be. Okay, and then I'll always turn it over and take another look at it just to see where I'm at. Yeah, her HOA is totally gonna find her. But how is her grass this green in the fall? Go figure. Maybe it's spring. Maybe she put a lot of fertilizer on it before fall. I don't know. There's a lot of stories you could tell. Okay, and then my darkest color, I'm going to use this G85. And I'm going to come from off the page. Oh, wait, that's not as dark as I wanted it to be. There we go. So I'm going to use YG99. I lied. And I'm going to start off the page. She needs to call a yard service. That's just what needs to happen. She lives in Seattle. Maybe she does. We just don't know, do we? And this is why these desk mats are so super cool. Because if you can start off the page, you're not ruining your desk. There we go. So now if you want to go back through and do a second coat of any of your markers, you're more than welcome to. I like to take a couple of them and just kind of go back through. This is the YG67, and I'm just adding a few more sprigs of grass. I'm going to take my YG45, come back here and add a few more just to kind of fill stuff in, make it so it doesn't end in an absolute perfect line. Keep on forgetting that that's a super juicy marker. And then my original that I started with, that G40, okay, there we go. So we only used a couple hundred greens to color that. That's pretty fantastic. So now the windows. There's a lot of different things that you can do with windows. Oh, she needs the Man Pan Lawnmower Man. That would be perfect. Oh wait, he has a vacuum. He doesn't have a lawnmower. He has a vacuum. So there's a few different things you can do with the windows. Me, a lot of times I like to just kind of color them blue, or put little curtains over them or something like that, because I don't want too much to take away from what we have going on with our scene. I mean, we already have a lot of stuff going on with our scene. So I generally will just color the windows in with blue. So I'm going to start with BG 000, and I'm just going to color them in. And here I am using my chisel nib again. Okay, so we're just gonna leave them blue for the time being. I'll show you what I do to make them look a little bit more like glass. But I'm gonna add a little bit of shadow to them and leave them as is. So this is my BG72. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to this one. I'm going to go, excuse me, back to that BG 000. I'm going to use the brush nib this time. And I'm going to blend that out a little bit. And then I'm going to grab my colorless blender, the brush nib, and on this side I'm just going to make it a little bit lighter. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to leave that like that for a couple minutes until we're done with the rest of the scene, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. So I want to finish this tree off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this E43 that I had hanging out, which was the last color I used to color it in. And I'm just going to add some random branches. Okay, just until I'm happy with it. Some of them are going to end up being thicker. Okay. So I chase the cap around. I have you on TV in the craft room. Jill says you sound like Bingo. G. G20. G40. I could have put a creepy shadow in the window. That would have been bad, Leah. Don't tempt me to do things like that. So I'm going to grab my 77 again because that's what I used for the trunk. And Dale, if you're keeping track on your bingo card, this is E77, not part of bingo. Sorry. Dale. Making fun of me. And I'm just going on one side of these. I'm going on the notion that the house is kind of blocking the sun from a bunch of these, since this ended up being drawn kind of on the same plane as the house. So there's my 77. I'm going to use some 57 in here. And again, you guys, this is nature. This is a tree. You don't have to be perfect. We're going to end up covering a bunch of this anyways. They need to cut this tree because it's going into their gutters at this point. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to that E43 that I started with to kind of round some of these out. Okay, so now our tree looks more like a tree. We like our tree when our tree looks like a tree. Copic bingo. Everyone get a new Copic. I put it on my Copic chart, kind of like bingo. Yeah, that's true. How about hanging some wind chimes? Jen, what the heck do you think I'm made of here? Wind chimes. All right, here we go. C5. C3, C0. I'm going to hang some wind chimes for Jen. So I have E33. Jen thinks that I can hang wind chimes in my tree. I do like wind chimes, yes. Oh, Sharon, I didn't even know you were here. Sweet girl, how are you feeling? You just don't want this to be over, huh, Jen? C3. You're just trying to keep me coloring. Guilty. How about a cat on the doorstep? Laura? Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. Whoa, that is not the marker that I wanted it to be. Jen, did you steal my marker? Why would you steal my marker when you want me to do stuff for you? Oh. You just put it back in the wrong spot. It's fine. We need Archie in the window. He loves it in the window. All right, I see what's happening here. You guys need to knock that off. Okay, so there's that. These are usually metallic, so I'm going to use some of my silver pen from Jen. And then I'm going to use my white Jelly Roll to highlight them. And then I gotta go back to my E33 because they have a little thing in the middle here that makes them chime. And I don't like that this doesn't have a shadow. So I gotta add a highlight to it. There. Are you happy? There's your wind chime. UFO in the sky, alien in the window. Stop it. Just stop. Just stop. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my G40 and I'm going to add some foliage to this tree. There we are. You guys broke the internet. I'll start tagging the people that were here. You guys totally broke the internet. There. Are you guys there? Hey, you guys broke the internet. It was you, Julie. It was a conspiracy theorist on the aliens. That's what happened. You mentioned aliens and it all went bad from there. Right? Not even a goodbye. Not nothing. I just straight up. You broke the internet. It wasn't my fault. You guys did it. Maybe the internet was sick of me. Maybe you guys weren't sick of me, but the internet was sick of me. So I have YG61 here, and I'm just filling in the foliage on the tree. You're here! Yeah, you broke the internet, Sharon. Putting bird boxes on trees and things. Ain't nobody got time for that. You guys crack me up. That was super funny. I'm sorry that the video cut out. I think Zuckerberg was over me coloring. He was like, I'm done. I'm done with her coloring. Finished. She's not allowed to color anymore. Right? Too many Bernie memes. God, I love some of those Bernie memes though. They are so funny. I love the Harry Potter sorting hat one. It's very well done. Whoever did that one did a really good job on it. The Bernie memes are just golden. I don't know what else to say. They're hilarious. Can't compete with that. Oh my God, put Bernie in the grass. He's behind the bushes right here. He's sitting in his chair right here with his mittens on. I was really disappointed in the Where's Waldo one because they really distorted the image of Bernie, so it didn't really look like it was hard to see him. And then when you did find him, it was like a really distorted image, and so I was kind of disappointed in that. Dude, half the people didn't come back to the video. Julie, can you tag some people that were here? I tagged Sandy, but I don't see her back either. So just like I did with the bushes, I'm adding darker towards the tree trunk and lighter towards the end. And I'm just layering these up. Lots of layers. Again, they're gonna totally have leaves in their gutters. It's just a thing. Oh, there you are. Summer's back. Summer! Hi, baby girl. How are you? I missed you. And I turn my pen a lot. I turn my paper a lot because the leaves grow in all different directions. Try not to push down too hard when you do this because you don't want to damage your nib. Aw, thanks, Summer. You can do it too. Sandy, you missed it. Julie said to put a Bernie in here. Sandy, tag your mama, please, because she hasn't come back either, I don't think. You guys broke the internet telling me all the stuff to add to my tree here. We broke the interwebs. That's okay. I'd do it again. I'm just using all the greens, guys, that I used for the grasses and just filling these in. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I want to add a little bit of extra to this dirt here so that it looks a little more realistic. We got a little more stuff going on. My nails match the background. Oh, thanks for noticing, Kaylee. So I'm going to add a little shadow to these. That was E42. Love the clouds, the little dirt clouds. You guys talking football? Leave it to Julie. Start talking football. And then again, I'm going to hit this with my colorless blender just to kind of soften that up. She's just sweeping up a storm here. Okay, now I accidentally got green on my window. Okay, so now I'm gonna find whatever I did with my Jelly Roll. Here's my Jelly Roll pen. And I'm gonna add like a squiggly line to the window. Just so it looks kind of like reflection. Okay. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add, that one's too thick. Welcome on her welcome mat. It says welcome. You did too start it. Oh, thank you, June. It is a lot of work, but I think it's really, really fun. I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys do too. And then I'm gonna grab my glossy accents because we are pretty much done with this. And I always add glossy accents at the very end. So I'm gonna add glossy accents to her glasses. And then I'm gonna add glossy accents to the windows. And then you have to just step away and let it dry. You can't mess with it. And then I'll just put this on a card front, and I'd probably add a sentiment to it. I feel like I really want to take my W1 and color over this a little bit so it's not so bright. There we go. That makes it better. And there you guys have it. Check out that fun little scene that we created together. So this is our, if I have that, I never have that kind of patience. Glossy accents is like the hardest thing for me ever. Because yeah, it does require patience. So this is our free time stamp set that we used. And so we took this little teeny tiny, I said tiner, what would be a planner stamp, and used it to create this whole big scene. And I think it's an adorable card, and thank you guys for joining me today. We went just over 2 hours. So I will download these videos and add them to the YouTube so you guys can watch them later. And again, thank you so much for joining me and spending your Sunday afternoon with me. I really, really appreciate it. Now I'm going to go spend some time with my boys, and I will see you guys probably sometime next week. So don't forget to go to www.sweetsentiment.us and grab your free time planner stamp set. We have a retreat coming up in November, so there's more details about that on our website as well. And again, I will probably see you guys sometime next week. Thank you so much for joining me. Toodles!